Once a Raider, bruh, always a Raider, bruh. Shit simple as that. You look silver and black. Lot of bread invested in that O-line. Car insurance cost the arm and the leg to reach that goal line. It's go time.
What is going on, Raider Nation? What is going on? It is your boy Darren coming to you live with another video. It is the Spotlight Raiders Talk. Shout out to all the subscribers that have subscribed to the YouTube page. And this is your first time ever being at the YouTube page, I would suggest that you subscribe and hit the bell button and get the latest news and all Raiders news. But we're back here with another Raiders video, and I know I have not put out a video since the Sunday's win against the Denver Broncos, but that's the game that we are going to talk about on this Tuesday evening. And do not forget the 4K giveaway. We have to get the 4,000 subscribers by January 20th so we can have that 4K giveaway, and that giveaway is Spotlight Sports. Oh, not Spotlight Sports, I'm sorry, Spotlight Raiders Talk gear for 2 winners. All you have to do is subscribe to this channel, follow us on Twitter at Spotlight RN Talk, and follow us on Instagram at Spotlight Raiders Talk, and then comment done so you can be a part of that actual giveaway. But before we get into anything else, this is what we're going to do here. Thank you everyone that been a part of the Raider Nation and the Spotlight Raiders Talk channel. It's been an amazing year, knowing that the Raiders will not be going to the playoffs, but at the end of the day, I want to thank every single person that was in the chat for the last 17 weeks. I could not ask y'all enough, to be my, some of my biggest supporters out there. So shout out to y'all. But let's get into this video. And these are 3 things that we've learned in the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Denver Broncos Week 17 game. Let's get into it right now. And the first thing that we've learned in this Week 17 matchup, Las Vegas Raiders versus Denver Broncos, is that this Las Vegas Raiders offense can win us games. In 7 of the 8 victories on the season, you can say the offense won despite effort of the defense to lose games. At the first Broncos game was really only the game where they performed well. The offense once again carried this team to victory after a poor defensive play, but put them behind late in the fourth quarter, a storyline through the 2020 NFL season. Even though the Broncos turned the Raiders offense over 4 times with 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles, they will still manage to put up 32 points against their defense on the road. The offense has been strong points for this season and been moving forward with Derek Carr at quarterback. After this report came out, the Raiders have no intention on moving on from him. Derek Carr did finish with 371 yards and 2 touchdowns to go with 2 interceptions early as mentioned. The running back took a while to get along, but eventually Josh Jacobs got loose, rushing for 89 yards for 2 touchdowns, including the last one to bring the game to a 1-point deficit. After a ton of offseason and training camp hype, rookie 3rd round pick Bryan Edwards finally had a great catch for 26 yards for a touchdown, and the team hoping to get more of that next season. Overall, it was a great team effort on the side of the ball. I have to agree there. I really have to agree there. At the end of the day, I feel like this offense did move the ball really well. It was some kind of conservative play call or bad play caller from John Gruden in some certain instances. We know that we did turn the ball over 4 times, but we still managed to get down the field and help us win this game. But this offense has been helping us win games all year long. It's just the defense has not been able to help us in that certain way. But at the end of the day, the offense got it done, scoring 32 points. 32 points against the Denver Broncos. They end up coming back from a deficit, and we end up going for it, not for some overtime, and going actually for the win. And that's what I really love about this game here. And that's the first thing that we actually learned in this game against the Denver Broncos. And the second thing that we learned in this Denver Broncos game, that the defense still needs a lot of work. A 92-yard touchdown reception by a rookie who had 5 drops in the previous game to almost losing this game. That's what the defense did on Sunday, and that's what the defense has become known for during this late season collapse for the Raiders. When the Broncos got the ball back with 25 seconds left on the clock, I know we were all thinking that they had left too much time on the clock for the Broncos offense, and you know what it almost was. The defensive end Max Crosby combined with Arden Key blocked his second Brandon McManus kick of the game, precisely ending the game and the season for the Raiders. The defense finished with 1 sack and 0 turnovers against a team, a quarterback in Drew Lock that loves to give the ball to the other team. They also generated very little pressure in that horrendous defensive communication that caused the 92-yard catch and run by Jerry Jeudy was really the perfect cherry on top of the cake for the defense. It is easy to say it was all coaching and a new defensive coordinator would step in and ride the ship. But that could be the case as there's talent on his defense, but looked downright lost at times. Corey Littleton had played much better under Rob Molinari than ever he did under Paul Guttner. Crosby had 7 sacks after being double-teamed for most of the year. Cleveland Farrell stepped up in ton of pressures and becoming very important to the run game. And Trayvon Mullen had a chance to be one of the better corners in the league. The Raiders need to nail a defensive coordinator hire this time around, or else John Gruden's second stint with the Raiders will continue to be unsuccessful. I have to agree. This defense does need a lot of work, and I feel like we need to go out and get some veteran players to help out these young players. And I felt like what we did earlier in the regular season is in the offseason, getting rid of Demarius Randall and Prince Mukamara really killed us because they was veterans that could have helped that back end. We did pick up Corey Littleton. Corey Littleton was a leader, but he came on pretty late after Paul Guttner was able, end up getting fired. He was playing better under Marinelli. But at the end of the day, this defense does need a lot of work. We need to go out in the draft and get younger and get some veterans to mix in so these guys can feel more comfortable instead of having all the pressure on them to be better. So in my personal opinion, I feel like when it comes to this Raiders defense, yes, it needs a lot of work, and we need to find a defensive coordinator like a Wade Phillips or a Rex Ryan or something of that nature, whoever's willing to come back and coach again to really help this Raiders defense. It's just that simple. It's been rumors about Gus Bradley being the front runner. I'm not really a big fan of Gus Bradley, but that will be in another video. But that is the second thing that we've learned in this Denver Broncos game in week 17, that this defense does need a lot of work. And the third thing, I think we all know what this third thing is. The third thing that we learned in this Denver Broncos game, that tight end Darren Waller is an elite player in the NFL. Raiders fans know we haven't had many elite players that we have donned the silver and black in recent years. But we have got a special talent in tight end Darren Waller, and we all knew was good, and we knew he was one of the better tight ends in the league, but we didn't know he was a record-breaking reception good. No matter what player or position that you put across from Waller, he's going to make multiple plays a game. Waller finished the season with 107 receptions for 1,197 yards and 9 touchdowns. The only tight end Waller lost out in many categories would be Travis Kelce of the Kansas City Chiefs. And that's saying a lot considering Kelce was in competition for the most receiving yards in the entire league this season. For Waller, this is another breakout season during his special run with the Raiders, who have him locked up for a foreseeable future. Waller's story and struggles should not be overshadowed. He's been through a lot and worked really hard to get to be the player that he is today. There's no better feeling knowing that no matter what, we have at least one of the best players at that position on our team. And if the Raiders can find a couple more Darren Wallers in this franchise, we'll be back before you know it. Darren Waller is the best tight end in the league. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody has to feel about it. Darren Waller is the best tight end in the league. He is an elite player. That's why he has a Pro Bowl over top of that as well. Just imagine if we would have saw Darren Waller in a playoff game and see how he performed in a playoff game. That would have been interesting as well. So my personal opinion, Darren Waller is an elite player in this league. There's no debating that whatsoever. But these are the three things that we've learned against the Denver Broncos in the final game of the season in week 17. And we end up getting the win 32-31 on a great drive that I thought I was going to go crazy on. But Let me know what y'all think, Raider Nation. Let me know what y'all think. What are the things that you learned from this season alone? And what are the things that you learned from this Denver Broncos game in Week 17? Comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. It is the Spotlight Raiders Talk, and I will see y'all in the next live stream or in the next video. Peace.
Once a Raider, bruh, always a Raider, bruh. Shit simple as that. You look silver and black. Lot of bread invested in that O-line. Car insurance cost the arm and the leg. You reach that goal line. It's go time.